I want to recognize this morning a representative from the Ministry of Gender, Culture and Children Services, Director Eliud Mutweri. Also allow me to recognize our own director for SME, Harrison, and also a leader in KEPSA in the Governing Council, Omboi. Leadership from IFC and Kabuge, and Wendy and team. Thank you for being our partners today. It is an honor for me to host you today in this forum of Equibiz Forum 2025. Our theme, Unlocking Opportunities for Women in Entrepreneurship. As your host this morning, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to Equibiz Forum. This is not just another event. It is a platform, a space we have intentionally designed as part of dialogue, unlocking business opportunities to forge inclusive and partnership that reflect the realities of our businesses. On behalf of KEPSA, I extend my warmest thanks to our partners IFC, our distinguished speakers and panelists who will be coming in today. Lucy has told you that we have other programs at KEPSA, and our programs, all of them, we do them with partnerships. We are a powerhouse of networks and businesses, and there's a lot that you can get from KEPSA because we have programs where we are doing mentorship. We bring in other people who have grown in businesses and they mentor those who are starting businesses. So what we do is to deliver real experience. We share knowledge. As the director for SME, I always tell the SME sector, I do not want trainings that are not converting into actual support and gain for businesses. It is not worth my time that we train for a whole 1 year and nothing changed. So at KEPSA, we try to actually come up with programs that create real change, and this is what we are promising that our Equibiz platform will be getting. I'm extremely excited to see a hall full of women entrepreneurs. In my earlier service before, I served as a chair for women in manufacturing. And I remember one time people were saying, where are these women in manufacturing? IFC will tell you, where are these women in business? Where are these women entrepreneurs? So what we are trying to do as KEPSA is to tell them, come and meet us at our level so that you understand us and you can be able to unlock for us those financial barriers that you have capacity to do for us. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I run a group of companies called Line Plus Group, where I own and manage 3 businesses. They are family businesses owned by me and my husband. I have grown the businesses, and not the words that I have used. I have grown the businesses. Because a lot of time when we are women working with our husbands, we think that it is them who drive and grow the businesses. We don't own up. We don't take that space. That is why I have specifically used that word, that I have grown the businesses. Because I had and I have had a specific role. I'm the vision bearer that drives the business. I am today employing about 400 people in the 3 businesses. Is that not great? And if I'm employing 400 people and I'm paying them, and I'm paying them well, that means that I'm also making some good money. But economy is hard. It's very difficult at this time. And when we talk about boldness and resilience, it is this time that businesses are tested to see whether we can be able to be resilient and grow. But how do we scale? What are the things that we look into so that we can decide at this hard time to scale? So I was asked to talk about scale, and I prepared a few things asking myself, how do we scale? And about 5 topics that I want to share with you today is when do you make that decision that it is the right time for you to scale. So you need to look and create and evaluate that you have a strong, repeatable demand of your product. Strong, repeatable demand. You are not struggling to keep up. You are now struggling to keep up sales orders. Repeatable demand means that your product is accepted in the market, is reselling. A lot of time when you have a product, you're introducing it into the market. So it's most likely that you will start reselling. So it is a good time, that time, to start planning to scale. The other consideration is when you have solid systems and processes. Your operations are running smoothly even without you. If you're the one who is making your cosmetics, I've heard someone talking about cosmetics and I'm in the cosmetic industry. If I am the person who is, let me use the word, cooking the product, I can only cook what I can be able to do. But if you have 10 people who are cooking with you, you can cook 10 products, you can cook 10 more times. So when your systems and the operations are smooth running without you, you're ready for scale. When you have financial stability, your cash flows are balancing. And financial stability means you can pay your rent, you can pay your staff, you can pay yourself, because we don't pay ourselves, so that you can be able to take care of the needs that you need to take outside the business. Then you are ready to scale. You have customer loyalty. One of the things that has helped me to scale my business is I've done business now for 20 years. And I'll tell you, 80% of the customers that I started with, I'm still serving them. And I'm not serving them at where they were 20 years ago. I have grown with them. They are the ones that have supported my growth. So a lot of the things that I do in my business is to understand what my customer is doing. And I also try to understand the growth journey of my customer so that I support them in their growth and they buy more from me. So when you have customer loyalty, don't just sell, create a relationship with your customer so that you know what else do they need. How can they buy more from you? The other thing that I had pointed to talk about is clear growth opportunity. Sometimes we love the products that we are producing or the services that we are giving, that you scale not knowing whether the customer wants, not knowing whether you are actually solving a problem in the market, not knowing whether there is actual demand of the product that you're selling. We need to make decisions that are informed by data and demand, not by emotion. We are women. A lot of things, including me, I do with emotions. I wake up in the morning, my instinct tells me that I want to do this. And believe it or not, a lot of the things that I have done to where I am, it's my instincts that have driven me there. But in business, use your instinct, but follow data. Understand, does the market actually need this product? I I tell people who are making cosmetics, I'm serving, I have opportunity of, what is the population of Kenya? Over 50 million. So I have opportunity of making cosmetics for over 50 million in this market. So if I make decisions on what I want, I'm one person out of the 50 million. So make decisions not from an emotion, your emotions, but from what the data is telling you. A reliable team. You cannot scale when you do not have a reliable team because of what I talked earlier. A capable team ready to handle and take the responsibility. So don't scale if you're still finding a product market fit, if you're relying on one or two customers, if you're operating under pressure, if you're burnt out, if you're stressed by other things in your life, that is not good time for you to scale. When you start scaling, make micro steps. Don't come from 100 to 1,000. Move from 100 to 110, then you go scaling. You test your scale steps as you're going. Use data and not emotion. Seek mentors and partnerships. She has talked about mentors. The power of mentorship is that you work with a person who has done it before. They don't tell you what to do. They share the experiences and the challenges that they have had, and you can learn, you can pick from that. Then you have to stay rooted in your purpose. I've told you about businesses in manufacturing and cosmetics, but you have seen my profile talks about sustainability. My purpose vehicle, I call it Takataka ni Mali, waste is wealth. So people ask me, a manufacturer, what am I doing in waste? I tell them I don't collect waste, and I'm not recycling waste. But what am I doing? I am looking for economic opportunities within the waste ecosystem. I'm trying to support businesses to develop circular models to reduce their waste so that they can maximize their revenues. There are different areas that you can consider for scale. You can scale in your product and the services that you're offering, but you must standardize the product quality. You need to collect feedback and testimonials of the people who are using your products, so the feedback will help you to know where to improve. Market test, you can also scale with the markets, and you can identify different markets and different segments. An example, you're selling in Nairobi, and you decide my next scale is not Kenya, but I'm going to sell in Nairobi and Kiambu. Then from Kiambu, you go to Thika. It is better to maximize your sale in one location than touch and go in the whole country. Operations and systems. So you look, if your operation and system are not well structured, you can scale by starting to automate and document your processes. Strengthen your suppliers, relationship, create partnerships, and partnerships could be somebody else who can offer the service, or somebody you can ride on with the service that you're running. Financial planning. Do not scale with budgets of this month. Make budgets of about 12 months, 24 months. No, if I start this journey of scale, who are my financial partners? Where do I get money that allow me to walk my scale journey for the next 12 to 24 months? Otherwise, if it is 1 month, 3 months, it's not sustainable. Explore funding option. Every time it's a big problem. This IFC, you're the money guys. When I go to IFC, they look at me and they tell me, we need you to scale up a bit so that we can give you money. But they can give you option and tell you at where you are, this is the right partner who you can go and get your money, and they can walk you that journey of that. IFC have done that for me. Don't hear that there is grants and then you employ someone who you are paying a salary and the only work they are doing is to write grants, papers, a whole 1 year. You have paid a whole salary, you have paid someone a salary for a whole 1 year and they have never converted. You understand me? You hear me?
Yeah.
Then you say that people don't give grants. Do not go where you're not ready. I tell people that the fact that I'm a lady, I can walk into a bank that is offering products that are fit for women. But when I walk in there, they will give me that money, not because I'm a woman, they have a product fit, but because my business qualifies to get that money. Never forget that. We are women, we have been given the opportunity, we are on the table, we are asking that we reorganize the table if there's no space for us, but when you show up, you must be ready. Your team, if it is me who is supposed to be signing checks in my office, do you think I would be here? Otherwise, maybe something will be going wrong in my office. If I'm the one who is supposed to be opening the offices in the morning, I would have told Lucy, Lucy, I have to go and open my factory. So I can't be there at 8. Hence the reason why Lucy is talking about starting meetings at 10. Can we be very intentional in creating a team that can do the roles that we must not do as the founders, so that we have time to think and grow our vision so that we can grow the businesses. As I said earlier, if I'm the one who is doing everything and making all the decisions, then my business cannot go beyond what I know. If I get people who can do it and I create time for me to know more and understand how I can be able to grow, then I broaden my thinking and I grow my vision. Marketing and sales systems. We have a lot of space now in the digital platform. Are we intentional in how it is that we're using the digital space? Do we even know how to get lead? A panel of our leads, potential clients, and how to convert. Legal and compliance. Let us not be those people who keep fighting that KEBS is doing and KEBS is doing and KEBS is doing. If it takes you 3,000 shillings for you to have certification by KEBS, please invest in that. Because when you go to the market and you want to scale, maybe you want to go to Uganda or across Africa, we have many opportunities now. The first thing they will do is look at your certifications. Do you comply? Review your contracts, your tax, your licenses, because as much as they may be paid for us to have them, it is one mandatory requirement to access market. Your vision and impact. If what you're doing does not fulfill you, it doesn't matter how much money is giving you. You must be able to align your purpose with impact and the things that you're doing that they give you money. Do you know, standing here make me feel happy. So it's not about money, I'm not being paid. But by the time I go, my heart is so full that I have bandwidth to deal with the hard things that I find in my business. Look for those small things that fulfills you. Do more of them so that they can be able to give you the energy that you require to scale your business. Look for those things within your business. Within your business. Your businesses, the things that you're doing must align with your purpose. They must give you fulfillment. Money is money, but it's not necessarily what that fulfills you. So your checklist: consistent demand, stable finance, strong systems, capable team, growth opportunity, market-leading products, legal and compliance in place, and leadership bandwidth. Don't grow to get bigger, but scale get better, strong, and more impactful. That is for me. Let me go back to my role as the director for SME and Startup, and now read the notes for KEPSA. I hope you take away is from experience that I share that. The Equibiz initiative was born from a bold and yet truthful that equity is a smart business. But let's be clear, this isn't just about giving women and young people a seat on the table. It's about redesigning the table so that they have the tools, the network, and access that they need to be successful. Through Equibiz, we aim to unlock real opportunities for women and youth-led enterprises to grow not just in size, but in impact, feasibility, and sustainability. The barriers we face: access to finance, limited presence in procurement system, cultural biasness, lack of mentorship, and the double burden of unpaid care are not personal failing. They are systemic issues that require systemic responses. That's why Equibiz doesn't just offer support, we offer strategy through policy advocacy for gender and youth inclusive procurement campaigns, business tools, peer-to-peer mentorship, and partnership with key actors like IFC. We are shifting the ecosystem, not just the symptoms. This is not charity. This is smart economics. When women and youth-led SME thrive, we create more jobs, build inclusive markets, and drive innovation across every sector, from agriculture and retail to tech and manufacturing. And let me be clear again, the initiative isn't just for women and youth. It's for entire business ecosystem. Because when you invest in inclusion, everyone benefits. The entrepreneurs, the employees, the investors, and the economy. My call to action today, as I close, I want to leave you with a few other opportunities at KEPSA. There are many KEPSA initiatives already running that you can plug in. We have a program that we call Shadowing the CEO. We also have another program that we train investor readiness programs. We have a community of members. You can tap into this opportunity. We have KEPSA member people here. They can be able to guide you on how to join in. Evaluate them, engage with them, and join KEPSA. To the ecosystem players, especially those in positions of influence across the ecosystem, we want to see women and youth-owned businesses scale. We must be intentional. Let us not just create seats at the table. Let us open doors. Let us share networks. Let's de-risk opportunities and embed inclusion in the way we finance, we procure, we train, and we govern. Inclusive growth doesn't happen by accident. It is designed, it is funded, and led by those bold enough to shift the system. Let us be those people who are bold enough. Allow me to welcome you to this half-day session, and I hope that you enjoy and you get to take something away from today. Before I call the director to come and speak to us, allow me to call my friend Wabui, who is in the retail sector, to simply just come and tell us how we can get into the retail sector. 2 minutes, Wabui.
Called me late. And I never have a 10-minute elevator speech ready, so I'll say 2 things. Don't sell to the shelf. It's something I visualized this week. Don't sell to the shelf. If you want to get onto the market, you're not selling to Naivas, you're not selling to Quickmart, you're selling to the customer. So think, what does the customer need to be able to get into the shelf? Do not sell to the supermarket. You're selling to the customer. So think, what does the customer think? And then to Mary's number 1, repeatable market. Repeatable market. Do not chew more than you can. There is a general feel always that if I can get into a supermarket, I have made it. But you will get into the supermarket and they'll give you an order for their 100 branches. Are you ready for 100 branches? Supermarkets, which is people's focus, is 30% of our retail. Only 30%. 70% is what we call general trade. If you can manage general trade, to be in general trade, the supermarket will come looking for you. So aspire to sell the 70%, which is where the majority of the consumers are, and then the supermarket will come looking for you. Thank you.
Guest speaker, Dr. Eliud Mutweri, an experienced leader in gender equality and women empowerment, with experts in child protection, social protection, and livelihood promotion. He holds a Doctor of Philosophy in Community Research Management from Kenyatta University. He's Director Gender and serves as an alternative director for Women Enterprise.